Tresses, everybody, where we review some of the hottest wigs in the market in synthetics, lace fronts, human hair, you name it, we do it. And I'm back today with another fabulous wig review. What I am wearing on my head, the fabulous Petal Blossom. Now, I've been trying to get my hands on her for quite some time, so I do realize I'm a little bit late and behind the game with this particular one. She was really hot last year, and the color SP Grape was really hard to find. Of course, where they had it in stock, when it goes out of stock, every other site raises the price. Nevertheless, I've got some great things to say about this wig, so let's get started. This is the stock card that comes with her, and I have her again in this SP Grape color. Her name is Petal Blossom. She also comes in a variety of other colors, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. I want to deal with the pros and cons of this wig, and I'll start with some things that I think are the pluses. First of all, she's giving me super volume. She's giving me life. She's giving me body. And when you wear a bob, I don't know about you, but I really like a bob that has a lot of flow, a lot of funk, a lot of energy, and she is definitely giving me that. She has a nice amount of thickness, but she's not too heavy, not so dense that you're going to sweat like a pig in her. You know, there's a lot of airiness to her, and I really like the way that the style is cut. The more you move her over, the more you shift her, you get sort of a different look. And so I like a bob and a style that I can definitely play around a lot with. So that's a definite plus for me. Unlike some of the other free tress units that I have, this one actually is great for a smaller head. What that means for you big head people? Well, she's probably going to be a little bit tight on you. But I found that just a slight adjustment to the straps, I was able to put her on and get the security that I tend to like when I wear my wigs. She does also have two combs, a little bit off-centered. One is close to the part and one is near the temple. And then, of course, there's a comb in the back. And again, the two adjustable straps. So you do have some pretty good security with this wig, which is, again, always a plus in my book. Another plus, look at the color in this SP Grape. I hope you can see it. Yeah, there you go. In the light, this is a color that is not so intense that you're kind of scared to wear her. So if you're a person that's not really big on a lot of color, or you're not real sure if you want to try a purple wig, but you're not sure how it's going to look, this is definitely one that I would recommend because the color in it is so subtle. It has these dark roots here, and then actually the purple color is really refined to just the center, and then the roots get dark again, which is a unique way to style and color a wig. And I want to talk about that a little bit in a moment. But I think for this particular color, it works because where you turn, where you walk, as it hits the light, you get a variety of different shades on it, and it just gives it a great amount of highlight. So for me, I actually think they did a great job with this particular unit in this particular color, and it doesn't make me mad that the color is all in the middle. That can be a little weird when you have dark roots, color in the middle, and dark roots on the bottom. So that was another definite plus for me. Another plus about this particular wig is you can do a lot with her. You are not resigned to wear her, you know, as a wig. You can actually cut this part, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, and blend your hair. And the texture of this wig lends itself to a variety of hair textures looking natural if you leave some of your hair out in the parting area, which is always a good thing. If you're a creative head and you like to add to your wigs, you know, this is a good base. This is a really good start. You will not have a whole lot to do with styling this wig, and that is always a plus in my book. Another plus is she is heat resistant up to a certain amount of degrees. So you know that when the curls fall, you'll be able to give her that that luster and that bounce, you know, that flow back as you roll her or flat iron and recurl and restyle. And this is one that you probably will get some longevity in if you know how to really take care of your wigs. Now let's talk about the cons of this wig, because as pretty as she is, when I opened the package, I was actually pretty disappointed. I'll tell you why. In some of the other reviews which made me want to purchase her, they actually got a little bit of parting space. This one happened to be somewhat irregular, and so if you look at this part, you see that it's sort of slanted and crooked. That is because when it came to me, there was actually no space. This here that you see up here, that was showing. And then the rest of this was sort of, it was all pushed in together. So the hair was sort of sewn awkwardly. And when I really took a really good look at it, it was because the way that they laid the lace, it was crooked. So I get to have this crooked part. Nothing frustrates me more than when you buy a wig after checking out a review or seeing it online and it's irregular. I don't like surprises. I like for the wig to look like what I'm expecting it to look like. So that was a little bit of a bummer. You don't get a whole lot of parting space. My tracks are actually sewn in here crooked, which is another mistake that was made in manufacturing. So again, another con for me. It might not be that way across the board, but still in all, I love the wig so much. I love the body. I love the volume. I love the style. It really doesn't matter. I would do whatever it takes to make this particular wig work because it's that kind of a special unit. Another con about this wig, and I know I said it was a plus, it's also a con, that's the texture. It is this weird sort of plastic feeling texture, and that's probably a bit of an overstatement. I'm struggling for words to describe it. It has a Yaki silky feel, so even though it's somewhat close to naturally blow dried hair that, if you have hair you could just blow dry and curl, great. And so it does lend itself to working with a variety of hair textures. But the con is that the texture of it, when you feel it, it's not as soft. It's not as run your finger through it like the Mackenzie and some of the other wigs. And so it does tangle because of that texture. And of course, when it tangles, it sheds. I got a normal amount of shedding when I cut the lace off, which is to be expected. However, I noticed that as I brushed through it, as I played with it, I kept experiencing more and more shedding. So that was a little bit disappointing. And again, it could just be this particular unit on my head. It could be just this one. Sometimes manufacturing doesn't get it right. You have to try it out for yourself to see. I have not completed the alteration of the part, but I wanted to just kind of pluck some of the hairs to show you that you do have a little bit of lace and the opportunity to pluck out a part. The good thing about this unit, as I said, you can cut this, blend your hair into it, in addition to pulling it a little bit further back and leaving some of your hair out around your temples and your forehead. There's a lot of ways to rock this to make it look natural. So that is a plus. One more con that I noted, as full and as bouncy and as beautiful as she is, the crown is super thin. I hate wigs that you have to worry about the tracks showing. That is not a plus in my book. It's not hot. But it is easily remedied if you know how to add tracks to your wigs. Do you want to spend the time to do that? That's going to kind of be up to you. Is it worth it though? I tend to think so. If I had to judge whether or not this is a wig you want in your collection, I'm going to tell you thumbs up, absolutely. If you like bobs, if you're looking for something cute, fun, flirty, that a variety of age groups can wear, in a really cute color, this would definitely be something I would recommend for your collection. My last con is, look at these colors. Now, when you have a cute style, you can overdo it with the coloring. And I think that Free Tress kind of got it wrong with some of the color choices that they made for this wig. I would have rather see them put more time and attention and detail into giving me colors that I'm actually going to want to wear. Because a lot of the color is, in the middle, and, there's just all this craziness that they did this time. It sort of draws your eye into the middle and you actually miss out on a really great style. So my opinion, that might not matter to you. I personally feel this is going to be best in this particular SP grape color, which is the absolute best color in this wig to me, in addition to maybe the dark purple or the blue black. That's going to be something, if you just want to have a highlight in this particular bob, that you're going to need to consider. I'm not necessarily going to wear a yellow, brown, mahogany colored wig all at the same time in a style like this that's going to actually dwarf the wig. And if you look at some of the other reviews, you might be able to see what I'm talking about. So with that said, I do think this is a great wig for you to have in your collection. As disappointed as I was with some of the things, the truth be told, I would put this wig on and rock it out. I would wear this daily. I mean, this is giving me life, and I can wear her to a variety of places, from work to church to school to shopping. You know, you're not so overwhelmed by the color that you're actually ashamed of it. So, is it hot or not? That's going to be up to you to decide. Leave us some love. I'm going to put all the information at the bottom of the screen so that you'll know how to purchase her. Good luck trying to get your hands on this color. When you see it, get it, because it goes fast. Thank you very much for tuning in again. See you next time.